Before I dive into painting, there's something I've got to deal with. I've been away from painting for years, and some of the brushes I've held onto are stiff, frayed. Some of them just don't hold a point anymore. So in this video, I'm going to try to restore them. Now, I'm not coming at this as some brush restoration expert. I'll be trying to figure this out using a few simple methods to clean and reshape these old brushes using what I've got at home. Some of these brushes feel like they've got dried paint stuck deep inside the ferrule. So first up, I'm trying to soak with white vinegar and warm water. I've got a mix of 1 part white vinegar, 2 parts warm water. I'm using a glass jar and attaching the brush to the side so the bristles are fully submerged, but not the ferrule. Something I've just learned, you don't want the metal part sitting in the liquid, especially for long periods, because it can loosen the glue inside and ruin the brush completely. I actually tried using sellotape to hold the brushes over the jar, and honestly it was a bit fiddly. I couldn't get clips to work either, so I made it work with the tape. I mean, if you've got better tools, use them. If not, there must be a smart way of doing this. I'm going to leave it for about 15 to 30 minutes and see what happens. That should soften anything dried inside. Some of the brushes didn't seem to have dried paint deep in the ferrule, so I skipped the vinegar soak and just gave them a good wash with soap and water. No point over treating what might only need just a simple clean. I did have dish soap on standby, but instead I used a standard bar of soap, just the kind you can get at any supermarket. I placed it in a small plastic container and gave the brushes a soap bath, working the soap into the bristles thoroughly. I used my fingers to massage it in and made sure to get right down to the base near the ferrule. I made sure also to rinse everything out with clean water, both during and at the end, just to clear out any leftover soap or grime. Now, this technique I'm using here with a toothbrush, I'm using it after the vinegar soak. So after the soak, I'm using an old toothbrush, soap and warm water to gently sweep down the bristles. Now, I'm not scrubbing across them, I'm just working with the hair to try and loosen anything inside. I don't want to damage the brush anything more than it already is. Now I'm reshaping the brush to help it hold its shape as it dries. You can use soap, but this time I'm testing out cornstarch to see how well it works. I gave the cornstarch paste a go to hold the shape. I'm not sure how well it'll work, but I'll find out once it's dry. It's all trial and error at this point, and if it flops, well, at least we'll know. So I'm drying my brushes flat overnight, never bristled down in a cup. So I left these brushes overnight, and I'm now checking the condition of the brushes. The cornstarch did hold the bristles, more so in the softer mongoose hair brushes, less so in the firmer ivory white synthetics, but once I rinsed them, they mostly went back to how they were before. I may have gone a bit heavy on the cornstarch. There's still some residue left in the brushes after drying. I'm not sure yet if it will affect how the brushes paint, but I'll find out once I put them to use. Some brushes did turn out much better. Honestly though, it's probably because I looked after those ones better to begin with. Did I restore them? No, but I did clean them, and that alone made a difference. Some brushes feel better, some are still a bit wild. I'll see what I can do with them and just make the most of what I've got. If you tried something like this or know a better method, let me know. I'd really like to hear what works for you. And if there's one takeaway here, it's this reminder from someone who did know what he was doing.